Okay, so good afternoon everyone. So this time, we will have to tackle about in Mathematics 8, Geometry. So we are now in the triangles congruence. So we are asked here, the first one, in this activity 1 and 2, justify the congruence between each of the following pairs of triangles. We have here for 1 and 2. And for the other activity, find the missing angle or angles, measures, and side lengths in each of the following pairs of triangles, congruent triangles. Okay? Provided that all of these triangles are congruent, no? Sapayan ko ha, we have here following congruent triangles. Okay? So we have here, find the missing angle, measures, and side lengths in each of the following congruent triangles. So let us begin in the left-hand side. Justify the congruence between each of the following pairs of triangles. So when we talk about justifying the congruence between these pairs of triangles, all we have to do is, you will have to identify the postulate that is referring to its congruency. No? Like for example, in number 1, we have here two triangles. The shortest side and the other shortest side are congruent. Okay? We have side. Okay? So we will run S side. Now, followed by angle. The angle, this angle is congruent to this angle. So we have here angle. Okay? Next. Another one is we have here, this angle is congruent to this angle. So therefore, we have here SAA or SAA. If two angles and the excluded side of one triangle is congruent to the corresponding two angles, okay, of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Okay, that is called SAA. Number 2, the first side is congruent to the other side of another triangle. Okay, S. The second side of the first triangle is congruent to the second side of the second triangle, another S. If these two sides are congruent to the other two sides of another triangle, therefore it follows that this side also is congruent to this side. So it means that it is triangle S. It means that if three sides of one triangle is congruent to corresponding three sides of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. So for number 1, we have SAA and SSS. Again, what is this SAA? If two angles and the excluded side of one triangle is congruent to the corresponding two angles and the excluded side of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. For the second one, triangle S, if the three sides of a triangle or the first triangle is congruent to corresponding three sides of another triangle, and the two triangles are congruent. Okay? So that is how to justify the congruences between pair of triangles. So let us proceed now for the second one. Okay? Okay, so we have here the second one. Find the missing angle, measures, and side lengths in each of the following congruent triangles. Okay? So we have here this side is unknown, this side is given, but this one is unknown. So all we have to do, because they are congruent, we will have to identify its corresponding side. If one of the triangle has a measure of the side while the other is not, but the first we found out that there is a measure of the side, therefore it is easy for us to identify the measure also of the side of another triangle. So we have here first AB. So we have here AB. AB is the shortest side of the second triangle. Okay? In the first triangle, the shortest side is XG, no? And has a measure of 8. So therefore, it follows that AB is equal to 8. So this one is 8 units, no? Okay, no? So this one is also 8. Okay, 8 because corresponding sides are congruent. AC. We have here AC. How do we now find our AC? AC is the longest side opposite to the right angle. This one is the right angle and another right angle in here. This one is the hypotenuse. And we found out that the hypotenuse from the first triangle has a measure of 12 units. So it follows that our AC here, because they are corresponding, it follows that AC is also 12. Okay? Next to that is we also have here our Y and Z, or Y and Z side. Okay? YZ is actually corresponding to BC. But BC and YZ has no given measurement at all. So all we have to do is, since this is a right triangle, we can now make use of the property for Pythagorean theorem. No? Pythagorean theorem formula. Let me say this one is our C squared. Okay, C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Okay. Actually, we can interchange between B and C because they are two legs of one right triangle. So we have here our C is equal to 12. So we have 12 squared is equal to, this one is 8 squared plus B squared because this one is unknown. Okay? DYZ. Or, all we have to do is we will have to use the side. No? Side na gamitan para mas sayo sa inyo. No? Okay? So we have here XY, this side XY squared is equal to, we have here XZ. Okay, XZ, side XZ squared plus side YZ. Side YZ squared. This one XY is we have here 12. So it will become 12 squared. XZ, we have here 8. So we have 8 squared plus YZ squared. Okay? So all we have to do is simplify. This will become 144 minus 8 squared is equal to 64. Okay? And that is equal to YZ squared. Okay? YZ or ZY, they're just equivalent. Okay? So 144 minus 64, the answer is, we have here 0. 14 minus 6 is 8, so we have 80. So YZ squared is equal to 80. Square root of YZ, so YZ or ZY now is equal to square root of 80, or that is approximately equal to 5. Square root of 5 times 16, or it is equivalent to what? 4 times square root of 5. So in here, the answer is 4 times square root of 5 units. Okay? Let us now proceed to number 2. Okay? We have two congruent triangles, DHI and triangle ITS. Okay? We have IT in here is being what you're going to find out, the side IT. Here, side IT. But first, let us figure out the measurement of each angle. Okay? Angle sa itong itaon. Ang angle H in here, angle H and angle T are congruent. They are actually congruent. No? Congruent yung silang ko, H and T. T has a measure of 40. It follows that H is also 40 degrees. Next, measure of angle ZIH. Measure of angle ZIH. We already have the measure of angle H, which is 40. So, ang triangle is 180 naman na, no? So, 180 minus 40 plus 60 is 100. So, the answer is 80. Therefore, this one has a measure of 80 degrees. Okay? Why 80? Because 60 plus 40, 100 plus 80 is 180. Okay, next to that is, we have here measure of angle TIS. TIS. Remember, they are congruent. This angle Z is corresponding to angle I. So it means they are congruent. So this is 60 degrees. Okay? TIS referring to angle I. Okay? Another one. Okay, another one. Measure of angle S. The measure of angle S, it means that it is corresponds to nanata dili angle. Okay? Nanata angle dili sa H. Ilang ganit angle sa H is 40. If that is 40, this one is also 80. Okay? This angle is also angle equivalent to 80 degrees. Kung 80 degree, 80 degree. Okay, corresponding angles are congruent. Now, let us proceed now to the sides. IT, we have here IT. This side corresponds to the sides GH in the first triangle and has a measure of 12.5. So it means this one is 12.5 units. So that is how to find the measurement of the congruent angles. All you have to see is identify the corresponding angles, corresponding sides of each congruent triangle, so that you would be easy to find out the measurement of each side as well as the measurement of each angle.